Germany's Bundesliga is home to some of the most passionate fans and iconic stadiums in the world. But not every ground is a giant like the Allianz Arena or Signal Iduna Park. Today, we're diving into the biggest Bundesliga stadiums for the 2025-26 season, ranked by capacity, starting with the smaller, yet still mighty, homes of the league's underdogs. From quaint grounds to futuristic arenas, let's dive in. 18. Voith-Arena. Tiny but tenacious. The Voith-Arena is the smallest stadium in the Bundesliga, and it belongs to one of the league's biggest overachievers, FC Heidenheim. Built back in 1972, the stadium started as a simple ground with a few terraces. But after Heidenheim's steady rise up the leagues, it got a serious facelift. Between 2013 and 2023, the club modernized almost every stand, with new seats, floodlights, and facilities. 17. Stadion an der Alten Försterei. Old-school football lives here. This is the Stadion an der Alten Försterei, home of Union Berlin and arguably the most authentic ground in the Bundesliga. Built in 1920 and still surrounded by forest, the stadium oozes East Berlin charm. Most of the redevelopment was fan-driven, literally. Supporters volunteered thousands of hours in 2008 to help renovate the place. 16. Volkswagen Arena. Opened in 2002, this stadium reflects Wolfsburg's identity as a company town for Volkswagen. The arena's design is clean and symmetrical, with a curved roof and modern LED lights. It replaced the aging VfL Stadion and gave Wolfsburg a proper Bundesliga home. It hosted some matches during the 2006 World Cup build-up and often hosts concerts and women's football too. 15. Millerntor-Stadion. Welcome to the cult classic of German football. The Millerntor-Stadion is more than a stadium, it's a symbol. Set in the heart of Hamburg's St. Pauli district, it reflects the club's left-wing, anti-establishment culture. Originally opened in 1963, the stadium was almost demolished in the 80s, but fans fought back. And between 2006 and 2015, it was completely rebuilt, without selling its soul. 14. Weser Arena. Welcome to one of the most controversial stadiums in the Bundesliga. The Weser Arena, opened in 2009, is the futuristic home of TSG Hoffenheim, a village club turned top-tier regular thanks to software billionaire Dietmar Hopp. It's modern, compact, and high-tech. The pitch is immaculate, and the seats have a great view from almost everywhere. But despite the sleek design, it lacks history. 13. BayArena. Bayer Leverkusen's BayArena is one of Germany's most compact and modern stadiums, and it's been buzzing with glory lately. Opened in 1958 as the Ulrich Haberland Stadion, it became the BayArena in the 1990s and was fully renovated in 2009. A brand new roof, expanded seating, and improved hospitality turned it into a top-class venue. It's a tight, bowl-like stadium. 12. WWK Arena. Augsburg's WWK Arena is small but sharp. Opened in 2009, it replaced the old Rosenau Stadion and gave the club a modern stage for their Bundesliga push. The design is simple but effective, steep stands, clean sight lines, and excellent acoustics. The home fans, especially in the Ulrich Biesinger stand, generate serious noise. One fun fact, it's Germany's first CO2-neutral stadium. 11. Mua Arena. Bright, cheerful, and loud. The Mua Arena is the home of Mainz 05. Built in 2011 to replace the old Braunschweig Stadion, this ground was a leap forward for the club. It's designed to be compact, with steep stands and a close connection to the pitch. The fan culture here is underrated. Mainz Ultras are known for their passion, humor, and clever chants. 10. Europa-Park Stadion. This is one of the Bundesliga's newest stadiums, and one of its most impressive. The Europa-Park Stadion opened in 2021 and replaced the legendary but outdated Dreisam Stadion. It's bigger, more modern, and more accessible, especially for night games. The old ground had light restrictions. It has a sleek, sustainable design. Solar panels power much of the facility, and the stadium meets high environmental standards. 9. Weser Stadion. Let's kick off in northern Germany with Werder Bremen's home, the Weser Stadion. Set right along the river Weser, this ground is one of the most scenic in German football. Built way back in 1924, it's steeped in history. It's seen everything from Bundesliga glory to relegation heartbreak. The stadium was heavily modernized between 2008 and 2011, getting a curved glass facade and solar panels that now generate part of its power. 8. Red Bull Arena. Originally built in 1956 as the Signal Stadium in East Germany, it was completely rebuilt and reopened in 2004. It became the home of RB Leipzig in 2010 and quickly rose through the ranks to become one of Germany's top clubs. The current capacity stands at 47,800, making it one of the larger Bundesliga grounds. What makes it unique is that it was built inside the bowl of the old DDR-era stadium. 7. Rin Energy Stadium. In Western Germany, we head to Cologne's Rin Energy Stadium. With just under 50,000 seats, this ground has become a fortress for one. FC Cologne. The stadium opened in 1923, but the current version was rebuilt between 2002 and 2004 ahead of the 2006 World Cup. It's sharp, boxy, and built for football. No athletics track here. Cologne fans are some of the most loyal in the country. 6. Berishia Park. Mönchengladbach's Berishia Park is next. Opened in 2004, it replaced the old Bokelberg Stadium and gave Berishia a modern home to match their ambitions. With over 54,000 seats, it's one of the biggest in Germany. The design is functional, with clean lines and steep stands that keep fans close to the pitch. The Nord Curve is where the ultras gather, and it roars from kickoff to final whistle. 5. Volkswagen Stadium. Now to Hamburg, where the mighty Volkswagen Stadium still stands tall. Opened in 1953, it's been rebuilt and renamed several times. Ruthenbaum, AOL Arena, HSH Nordbank Arena, you name it. But to most fans, it's still just Volkswagen Stadium. It's the home of Hamburger SV, a fallen giant of German football. Despite their drop to the second tier, this 57,000-seater still sells strong. 4. Deutsche Bank Park. Frankfurt's Deutsche Bank Park, formerly known as Waldstadion, is next. Originally built in 1925, this stadium has been through it all. Rebuilt ahead of the 2006 World Cup, the new version opened in 2005 with a sleek retractable roof and a massive video cube, once the largest in Europe. It now holds 58,000 fans and is home to Eintracht Frankfurt. 3. MHP Arena. Over in Stuttgart, we have the MHP Arena, known for years as the Mercedes-Benz Arena. This stadium has gone through several major renovations since first opening in 1933. It was fully transformed between 2009 and 2011 to become a pure football stadium, removing the athletics track that used to surround the pitch. VfB Stuttgart calls it home, and the fans have packed it regularly during their rise back up the table. 2. Allianz Arena. Next, we head to Bavaria, home of Bayern Munich and the Allianz Arena. This futuristic, bubble-wrapped giant opened in 2005 and holds 75,000 fans. It was a game-changer in stadium design. The outer shell can light up in red, blue, or white depending on who's playing. Bayern, 1860 Munich, or Germany. Though 1860 is long gone from the top flight, the stadium remains a Bayern fortress. 1. Signal Iduna Park. And finally, we reach the biggest of them all, Signal Iduna Park in Dortmund. Known to older fans as the Westfalen Stadion, this place is legendary. Built in 1974 and expanded several times since, it now holds over 81,000 fans, with more than 25,000 standing on the famous Yellow Wall, Europe's biggest terrace. The noise? Unbelievable. It's the heartbeat of Borussia Dortmund and one of the greatest atmospheres in world football. From riverfront classics to high-tech giants, Germany's biggest Bundesliga stadiums are more than just arenas. They're cathedrals of football. Each ground tells its own story, shaped by history, passion, and roaring fans. Which one's your favorite? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more.